What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is what other countries are told is American.
What do you think is American? What's something that I've put you on the spot here.
I'm gonna
What's
say.
something that you think is a typical American thing?
Oh, I don't
Mine
know.
is the houses.
Okay. Oh my god,
Like,
you
that's
probably...
an American house.
The only reason I'm gonna say this is because we were looking up videos before. I was gonna say fast food because it's the first thing that popped in my head. Like
Yeah, that's
McDonald's,
American.
fast food chains and stuff like that. There's so many American things. I need to think of American football.
Yeah.
This is apparently what is told is American. We're going to confirm whether we see
Have
that as
been
American
told.
or not.
Yeah, or like
been
we've
told.
been told that's American.
And it's going to be interesting in the comments. Let us know if you just see this as one, as a normal thing. Two, you've never seen this before. Because again, we know this because we've done reactions. The US is huge.
Yeah.
So what could be quoted as American could be East Coast, West Coast. What is that? Do you know what I mean?
It probably is going to be like divided between
Definitely.
North, South, East, West.
Just because it's so big, so many different opinions, so many different cultures. So it is different, but you don't realise that unless you start doing these reactions or you actually look into it. So yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, North, East, South, West.
Yeah.
Just a little. What is that called as a term?
The compass, or
That's the-
well, no, you use a compass. Sorry, you use a
To
compass
determine which
to
one.
determine.
No, I just when you said it then I just thought about it.
Smash that button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. What other countries are told is American? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello friends, my name is JJ. So let me show you a photo that one of my European friends sent me the other day. It's of the American food
Yeah.
section of his
We
local
have that.
supermarket.
Not that many things.
I forget what country, but I've been to Europe enough times.
Yeah,
to know
we don't
this.
have that many, but we've got a little section for
We
the
do,
American
and we
stuff.
have Lucky Charms. We have like one Pop Tart flavour.
One
strawberry,
Pop-Tart
I
flavour,
think.
yeah.
None of that shit.
We have Nerds.
We have like a couple of packs of general
A little
sweets,
tub
isn't it?
with just like-
Gobstopper sweets.
Yeah.
Fluff.
It is absolutely, it is rubbish compared to what you guys have
And
fed
also,
us.
it's
We've been snacking on
it
this.
is like the size of that, but it's like mainly empty.
Yeah,
every time.
that's absolutely
It's got the
random.
Arizona drinks.
Yes, it does.
Sections like this are common all over the
Doesn't have
continent,
goldfish.
even though the resolution
Yeah, we
isn't
want
that great.
goldfish.
If you're from America, I'm sure you can make out a few products. We got goldfish, Airheads, Pop-Tarts, A1 sauce, gluten-free hazelnut coffee mate. Now the question would be whether this is actually an accurate portrayal of American food or simply a heavily exoticized one. Exoticism is a term used to describe the tendency of thinking of foreign cultures only in terms of how they differ from your own. This then leads to the habit of
That's definitely how
wrongly
it's done.
assuming that the weirder some foreign thing is, the more culturally traditional it must surely be. So in this case, obviously Americans don't actually eat things like Oreo cereal or spreadable marshmallow fluff
We
all
have that.
much, but
We do
they're
have that.
nevertheless marketed as being super American because such products fit a certain European stereotype of Americans as a people who eat all of this decadent, high sugar nonsense.
I can see
I
that.
love it.
Americans are, of course, just as guilty of doing this as anyone. Many supermarkets over here have the so-called world food section, featuring imported products from other countries, often presented in some equally exoticized display. Ooh, puto. Exoticizing goes hand in hand with the other phenomenon we talked about the other week, faux-authenticity. This is basically when you use...
I mean, we're learning today. I've never
These
checked
are
this channel out
Big
before.
words.
Very big words. It makes sense though on the first one. I'm only going to try and pronounce it. It makes sense because why would you put rice in there? Do you know what I mean? Or chips in there? Because you could get that from your vials. The whole idea is you're trying something new from a country
That you don't have here.
that you don't have. But I do get, you see that and you think, oh my god, this is what Americans eat. We eat chips. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you think, oh, so all the Americans eating Pop-Tarts.
Just because it is
But
that
like, we
section.
were like 2 Americans.
But I think the whole point of it is just because it's unique
Just
to
we
you.
don't have it. That's
Yeah, definitely. And I imagine English. I wonder what English section is
Imagine,
like.
yeah, I think I've seen in English like baked beans and tomato ketchup. Like,
Ooh.
well, I think they have Heinz though.
I like some beans.
I think it's like that, like Heinz stuff.
Oh, okay. Heinz on toast. Ooh.
Beans on toast.
Nice.
bunch of stereotypes of some foreign place to come up with a product or tradition that you then inaccurately present as being some normal part of their culture. Chinese fortune cookies, which are
Love
not
them.
actually
Ooh,
a
I
thing in
love them.
China, but play into a certain
not?
exotic stereotype of the Chinese as mysterious fortune tellers would be a classic example. Anyway, today I thought we would look at a few examples of faux-authentic American traditions as practiced by non-Americans around the world, and see what they can teach us about some of the interesting ways that Americans continue to be exoticized. So I lived in Japan briefly, and while I was there, I was able to see perhaps one of the world's most infamous faux-authentic American traditions up close: fried chicken on Christmas. So Christmas is a pretty weird holiday for the Japanese to be celebrating in the first place.
They have KFC,
the whole
don't they?
It's
KFC
not
thing,
remotely a Christian country, but they do, and in a mostly superficial way that focuses on things like decorations and foods above even things like family or presents. And a lot of this superficiality, in turn, is heavily filtered through assumptions of what Americans do. And apparently the Japanese have been convinced that eating fried chicken, especially KFC fried chicken, is the traditional American thing.
Wait, do they do that because I think it's American? I thought they just did it. We
I
did
thought they
a
just did it as their tradition.
yeah, because we did a video on it, didn't we? And I kind of rate it because I like KFC.
Yeah,
but
but not for Christmas dinner.
I didn't know it was because they thought it was American.
Why would they want to do that?
Yeah.
Like nothing against America, but why
Yeah.
would you want? Why would you want to?
You're just copying that point on quite a big day, aren't you? Let us know in the comments.
But also, yeah, Americans don't do that, do they?
But you guys are KFC, do you? No,
I
but
mean, you may
we know
do,
we
but
don't.
like as a typical American Christmas Day
Typical.
dinner, that's not KFC.
No, is KFC even open on Christmas Day? Everywhere else except from Japan. Do you know what I
Had it
mean?
been McDonald's, I could have understood.
When you're in Japan around Christmas time, you will see big ads for special fried chicken Christmas combo deals all over the place. And a lot of Japanese kids will look forward to having a big
Kids'
KFC
bigger than
feast on December 25th. This faux-authentic tradition was supposedly the idea of just one man, Takashi Okawara, who ran the first Japanese KFC franchise and claims to have made up the Christmas thing as a marketing gimmick in the 1970s.
Yeah, he was
And
invested.
after a few years, KFC for Christmas starts to get popular in Japan. And NHK, which is a national broadcaster, comes in to interview Mr. Okawara, and they want to know if KFC is an American Christmas tradition.
You are selling Kentucky Fried Chicken so well in Christmas, and is there common custom in overseas? And I would, I know that there people are not eating chicken, they're eating turkey. But I said, yes, it was that.
Can't be doing that.
I still regret that.
I found a lot of Japanese
Bet you
people were
don't.
quite
Just
shocked
rolling
when I
in.
told them
Yeah, that's
that no
for
one
money.
in America actually eats fried chicken on Christmas, and that if anything, eating fast food on Christmas would be considered a fairly trashy thing in American culture. But then again, I'm sure that a lot of Americans would also be shocked to learn that Japanese people do not eat sushi with rice on the outside. Speaking of fast
wow.
food, another wild, faux-authentic American thing I have experienced firsthand on my travels is the Dutch practice of eating what they call American-style sauce on their French fries. You can buy it at places like McDonald's or in big bottles at the store. It's not that bad. I would describe it as basically what you would get if you put mayonnaise and relish together in
Ooh.
the blender. An even weirder
Ooh.
Dutch food, however, is what they call filet Americain, or American préparé in Belgium, which is a kind of pâté made of raw ground beef and often eaten on toast or crackers. There are a lot of theories about how this weird and possibly dangerous dish became associated with Americans, but when I was there,
It's got to be
people
just a
told me
case
it
of
was
a business person being like, right, how can we sell this? How can we... Right, you know what? Tell them it's American. We're going to try it. If they like it, they'll keep buying it.
But they're like the most non-American things in my head.
Yeah, I'd have never put them down.
No.
Like Japan and sushi with rice on the outside, I would have put that down as Japanese.
Yeah, but do we eat sushi? Sushi doesn't come with rice outside, does it?
For ones I don't
It comes
like.
like with the black sea, like
I don't, yeah, but that's rice. It's wrapped, isn't it?
yeah, it's wrapped, but it's not like.
I mean, yeah, no, but it comes with the seeds. Like I've had it.
Oh, does
I don't
it?
like fish, by the way. You guys know. I just have the ones with like cucumber and stuff in the middle.
Yeah,
I love that
I mean,
one with the cucumber and stuff. in
We
the
have
middle.
not had sushi in.
Yeah, we had it in a
forever.
while. But I just said that it's so typical Japanese.
Yeah, I would say too.
But raw pate, I wouldn't have said American.
I would have gone like French or something.
I was going to say
European.
dog. I was going to say like no. Oh, okay.
I
If you
said
like...
European.
yeah.
Because
Not
during the
American.
war, there had become this stereotype that American soldiers all ate their steaks super rare, and then the Dutch beef industry just kind of ran with that. That is
Wow.
almost certainly an apocryphal story, but hey, apocryphal stories are one of the key foundations upon which faux-authentic traditions
many
are
long
built.
words
In
here.
the comment section of my original faux-authentic video, a bunch of my non-American friends had some fun examples of their own of various head-scratching things they've seen marketed as being American style in their own countries.
American
For
style
example,
pancakes?
some of my British viewers noted that British supermarkets sometimes sell supposed American-style hot
We
dogs
do have them.
in
Yeah.
jars of brine. Load up on that big
We literally have some in
stateside
our cupboard.
flavor, proclaims this ad. But if hot dogs in jars of brine are too weird for you, they do also sell them in cans of brine.
We have,
Yeah.
we have
Hot
the
dogs
can.
are, of
Do
course,
it.
one of the
I
great
bought it at the shop, I don't know
exoticized
why.
symbols of American cuisine in much of the
don't even
world.
eat hot
And
dogs.
as a result, slapping hot dogs on something is always a surefire way to market it as being American style. For example, in a lot of places, pizzas with hot dogs on them are presented as being American style pizzas.
Pizzas
Either
with
sliced
hot
up
dog?
hot
What?
dogs, as in this German pizza,
I've never seen that.
or entire wieners, as in this one from South Korea. In Italy,
Sorry.
meanwhile, a American pizza is apparently one with bits of hot dog and French fries. In Brazil, they
Yeah,
sell
I'll tell you
allegedly
what.
That is a good pizza.
I want to try a couple of these. These are mad.
California-style pizza with pineapple, figs, plums, and those bright red cherries.
Don't
they
wanna
sell
try
in
that one.
cans.
No.
Though nothing can top this story from my friend Daniel. My friend was doing graduate work in Poland and went out to eat and saw American pizza on the menu. When she ordered it, it came out as a plain cheese pizza, and the guy brought a can of creamed corn and poured it directly onto
Wow.
the pizza right there at the table. Many Americans who had lived or traveled abroad were equally keen to regale me with horror stories about what other countries seem to think a traditional American-style breakfast entails. Among other things, they described being served breakfasts that included stuff like baked beans, garlic bread, potato salad, and of course, hot dogs. One guy even
That sounds
complained
good.
about being served green orange juice in China. Talking of Asia, many of my Asian friends told me about a dish that is apparently common in many Asian countries, known as American fried rice. This evidently
I've never
consists
heard
of
of
rice
that.
Me neither. A lot of these I've never heard of. We've got
Okay.
like egg fried rice.
Special fried rice, chicken fried rice.
Yeah, never heard American fried rice. That is new.
with ketchup, corn, and raisins, accompanied by a side of various stereotypical American delicacies like hot dogs, slices of bologna, fried eggs, and chicken nuggets, plus more
Wow.
ketchup. But my favorite story of a authentic American dish comes from my friend Camilo in Colombia. In Colombia, we have American-style hot dogs, which are enormous hot dogs with a chorizo wiener topped with melted cheese, crumbled potato chips, various sauces, and quail eggs. I was able to verify this with a photo. Camilo continues, "We named it that
I never
because
saw
of
that
a
in New
common
York.
belief in
Nah.
Latin America that people in the USA eat big-size foods with a lot of toppings and all of that. You can't
Yep.
believe how disappointed I was when I tried an actual hot dog in the USA. All right, now let us do a lightning round of
Thing
a
is,
few other...
when I think of American hot dog, I think just a normal hot
Ketchup
dog
and
with
mustard.
ketchup and mustard,
Onions, maybe.
squiggled. Yeah, maybe.
That's
maybe
because when we
onions.
went to New York, that's what you had, isn't it? You
That's
had,
what you see on the TV as well.
yeah, and I feel like that's for me. That's my American hot dog.
That is an American hot dog for me as well.
much beloved, allegedly American foods from around the world. Amerikaners, which are German cookies with black and white icing. These
Ooh.
similar but distinct American cakes that the Poles make, which are these little doughy lumps with frosted undersides. An American sandwich, or a pan American, which is some sort of beef and french fry sandwich
Oh my
that they
gosh,
sell in
that looks
France.
good.
American
It did look good.
salad, which is a kind of mayonnaise and carrot salad sold in Spain. And American dressing, a creamy sauce that
Never
the
heard of
Swedes
any
eat.
Me neither.
That's made of pickles, mayonnaise, and hot sauce, and
wow.
sold in tubes. Now available in bacon flavor. But authentic Americana is not just limited to food, of course. A number of my foreign friends were eager to inform me that these things,
Yep.
which I guess we would call
Yep.
red solo cups, are a subject of considerable fascination
For
in other
parties.
parts of the world, where they are often sold as glamorous American
Yeah.
party cups. I love this copy from this British online store. Everything about these disposable red American party cups says
We say American
party,
red
whether
cups,
you're
don't we?
planning a
Yeah, I
barbecue.
mean, we've done it a few times. We even had a shot on it, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's just an American thing, isn't it?
But like even when you play beer pong, you just say, "Can anyone grab the American red cup?"
Yeah.
It's just they are just to us
it
they
is
are just
one.
American red
It's a
cups.
little weird thing, but it is a thing.
Or a wild night of beer pong and American pop music, these red party cups
Oh, yeah.
are the perfect disposable option. Instantly recognizable from a number of American films,
That's
such
what
as
it is,
the
isn't it?
American
Films.
Pie series and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, these
they're
disposable
sold
cups are
everywhere now.
durable enough for even the wildest of parties. In Brazil, however, they call a cup that looks like this an American cup.
Oh, wow.
Brazilians also call placemats American sets for some reason. They have a similar situation in Italy, where a placemat is known as an American tablecloth. Are placemats really that American of a thing? My friend
didn't know they were.
Marcelo,
We have
meanwhile,
placemats, but not
tells me
American.
this story.
Just
I
placemats.
visited Chile one time, and they have stores out there called American stores. These stores are actually just thrift stores, but they call them that because they mostly have American types of clothing, such as American football jerseys, American brands, American college shirts, etc. It was
Okay.
pretty funny, to be honest. This reminds me of another wild story I can tell you from my time in Japan. There was this neighborhood in Tokyo called Harajuku that was known for having a lot of cool hipster fashion stores, and they would have these American fashion stores where they would sell like Tommy Hilfiger and Supreme and all of that. But in order to have the full American experience, they would employ these big black guys wearing, you know, do-rags and chains and basketball jerseys to stand out front of the stores and beckon the Japanese people to come in. But these guys were not actually African American, but rather literal African immigrants from places like Senegal or Ghana, who I assume were much cheaper to hire. And they would be trying to lure you into these stores with their cool American hip-hop slang,
Oh my
but spoken
days.
through these thick African accents from people who in many cases clearly barely understood English. Now in Russia, there is nothing the kids love more than heading down to the old theme park and riding the American slide, which is what they call roller coasters over there,
Oh,
which is
wow.
kind of ironic since in a lot of other European countries they call roller coasters Russian mountains, and the historians seem to agree that they were actually
We just call them roller coasters.
Yeah, we just call roller coasters, by the way.
rides.
Or rides, yeah.
invented in Russia as well. But still, I'm sure Americans would much rather be associated with roller coasters than brass knuckles, or as the French call them, American fists. Or how about duct tape,
What?
which
So
is called
random.
American tape in Spain. All right, now let
call
us
it duct
close
tape.
with a really good summary of what is perhaps one of the best examples of a faux-authentic American phenomenon that wound up going mainstream in America itself. My friend Christopher writes, I think one example of something that is a product of a foreign country's idea of American culture that America kind of reappropriated for itself is the spaghetti western film genre. As the name suggests, the genre originated in Italy as Italian filmmakers made movies based on a largely mythical understanding of the American West. American filmmakers then began to import the style in their own films about the American West, and it proved very popular among American filmgoers, even if its representation of the Wild West is only very loosely based on the truth. A very
Okay.
recent film that utilizes a lot of the spaghetti western tropes is the Quentin Tarantino film Django Unchained. The
Not seen it.
term spaghetti western is itself also quite interesting, because as we discussed in the previous video, spaghetti has become one of the most Americanized Italian foods in the US. So there is something wonderfully poetic and circular about using the name of an Americanized Italian food to describe Italianized American history. So I hope you enjoyed these two deep
that was good.
dives.
I really enjoyed that.
Yes, it's interesting to learn about the other places, not just
Definitely, there was more general ones. A lot of them we just called normal ones, but a couple of them applied to us as well. And it's interesting to
Yeah.
see, isn't it? Smash that if you enjoyed, smash the subscribe button, go and check this channel out. It's the first time we've reacted to it.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to expect, but I really
No,
enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's good at speaking as well.
Very good. A lot of big words in there, so we've definitely learned as well. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button, and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.